Alright, welcome back to Revolution 2 Let's Play. This is episode 6 now. I've done quite a bit of work since our last episode. I did a lot of mining. If you notice, I did get some uncut diamond shards. You do actually have to use 9 of these to make a diamond. So be aware of that. You can actually make these diamond tip pickaxes though. They're actually quite a bit of durability over standard iron, and they're pretty easy to make. I mean, two diamond shards, you know, that's not bad at all. And they do have a bit of a higher mining level as well. But I did bring you out here. I've been running around looking, and finally found one of these. I've found some off camera, but I wanted to show you on camera. This is a Pam's Harvestcraft beehive. So you can just break this with your hands. You don't have to use a scoop or anything, and you'll get a queen bee from it. So from that you can get honeycombs, wax combs, and grubs. And we'll head back home, and I'll show you what all we've got done. And one side note, when you are mining those diamonds, do be aware that all around in the area where they are, there's going to be lava pockets, and there's also going to be silverfish stone, like spawn stone. So you're gonna have to deal with a lot of problems, let's say, when you are mining the diamonds. They took quite a while to mine. So out here, started working on the berries. I made a juicer, and what it is you just take one piece of stone and then a pressure plate on the bottom, and that'll make a juicer. And you can take these raspberries that are just nourishing morsels, and you're lucky to get like half a hunger. Sometimes I don't even get anything from it, but you can actually make raspberry juice, and the same with blackberries, and you can do apples and all different kinds of juice. But you can drink that and you will get 1 bar of hunger back. So it's actually kind of nice for a semi-early game food source. So, but these are the apiaries that you craft with Pam's Harvestcraft. And if you notice, I've got a bunch of honeycombs, wax combs. Honeycombs you can actually use and make, honeycomb chocolate bars. You can get honey and beeswax from it. Honey, you can actually just eat the honey if you want. You can craft with it. So these are pretty nice, and the queens, when they get to 0 durability, you can just turn them. You can actually craft them into royal jelly, and then you can take that royal jelly and just combine it with one of the grubs, and you'll get a new queen bee. So you'll generally always get a grub during the life of a bee. So you don't really have to worry too much about finding any more of those hives once you have the number of bees that you want. So to make the apiary from Pam's Harvestcraft, it's actually pretty simple. You just use planks on the edges here, and then item frames in the middle, which are leather and sticks. So you will use this cured leather that we've been making. And one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and set that up is because we are going to be using the wax, because that's how you're going to make the hardened leather. So and then I also let's see, I added back in here, I went ahead, because we're not going to start at this episode, I don't think, but I did go ahead and put a blast furnace in here, which it has lava underneath it. And the way these work, they're really easy to make. You just take stone bricks and put them all around a piece of redstone. So 8 stone bricks and 1 redstone, and that will get you a blast furnace. And then you're going to want to put lava or something, some kind of heat source underneath it. I suggest lava because it's easy. And it's going to fill up this temperature meter. Once it gets to about, I want to say it's like 400 degrees Celsius, that's when you can start using it. You're going to put sand, coal, and gunpowder in it. Now, it's not always going to consume the sand and the gunpowder. It is, if I remember correctly, it is always going to consume the coal. So, what you can do, you can just throw iron in there 9 at a time. And not entirely sure why it's not working. Let's do this. You know, I don't really know. I can make. Okay, I guess my temperature dropped. I guess it has to be 600 degrees. But yeah, so here's the chance for consuming. It's always going to consume the coal. There's only a 3.6% chance that it's going to consume the gunpowder, and only a 0.2% that it's going to consume the sand. So it'll actually go pretty far, you know, all things considered. I wonder why that's not heating up more. Because I made some earlier. Tell you what, let's well, anyway, that's how you use it. I'm gonna try something here in a little bit when we do this one thing we're gonna do. I was planning on, I'm gonna make an assembly table actually today. So that way we can start getting into some other stuff. We're going to need electrum because we're going to want to make a sorry. We're going to want to make a metal press from immersive engineering. But the heavy engineering block does take a piece of electrum. We could put gold into the sifter and get the gold dust that way. However, I haven't really had any luck finding like a gold deposit. I've been mining, and I just haven't had any luck finding them. We do have gold bars, though, from chests and stuff, so that's what we're going to be using. So instead of sifting, I think what we're going to work on getting into is actually Ender IO. I want to make an alloy smelter, and to do that, we're going to need an assembly table. And I'd also like to make a capacitor bank. Probably not today. Honestly, I don't know that we'll even be able to make these assembly table today because I don't have the gold for it. But I did want to go ahead and get the assembly table set up, and then I can work on trying to find the gold. I did also find a lot of coal. Yeah, 20 pieces in here, and then I had a stack right here. So I did find quite a bit. The coal deposit I found actually has a whole lot of iron as well. So to do this, of course, we're going to have to make an iron gear and kind of work our way up to the gold. So, and we'll have to start at wood and stone and all that. So let's go ahead and get the pieces we need together. I've got the sticks. I've got cobblestone. Okay. So, of course, a gear is just like this. And then we'll want to upgrade that to an stone gear. Then up to a iron gear. Then up to a gold gear. And then we're going to need our diamonds. It's not wanting to. There we go. And there we go, diamond gear. And I threw it on the ground. And then we're just going to need one piece of redstone and a diamond, and then 6 obsidian, which I did get. So, like that. And we got our assembly table. Now this, on its own, it's it's not going to do anything for us. Kind of getting tight on space. Hopefully, here very, very soon, we're going to be moved into our new base. So, just a heads up on that. I guess we're going to set it... actually, we're going to move it back one if it would ever just pick it up. Okay. But to use this, however, we're actually going to need lasers. These are from the same mod. They take 2 diamond, 2 obsidian, and 5 redstone for each one. We're not going to have enough diamonds to make more than one. So, which it sucks because I farmed up diamonds what felt like forever, and we only ended up with enough for the laser and the assembly table, so it's always fun. We'll just put it right up here, and we're going to use just an LV wire connector for now. Oh shit. Just like that, and put that back. Okay. And so now we'll be able to just connect this. If we just take one of these wires, that's one of the really nice things about immersive engineering is it works with everything. So, to use this, I'll just show you with a piece of redstone, because what we want to make is a basic capacitor, and to make that, no, I don't know why I did that. We need see, it's going to take 4 blocks of iron, kind of expensive. 3 furnaces are cheap. The cauldron, that's one thing. We want to get the metal press to make these, but we can actually make them just with the immersive hammer, immersive engineering hammer. 2 pieces of iron per sheet, or per plate of metal. It's kind of a waste on resources, but we'll be able to pretty easily get into the Ender.io stuff. If I happen to find some gold, we might build the metal press first, maybe next episode, but I've had a major issue trying to find gold. So, machine chassis is just steel, iron bars, and then the basic capacitor, which does take 4 gold, 2 redstone, and copper in the assembly table. I was also wanting to get that stuff together so that we could get into a basic capacitor to store power and stuff. But basically, you're just going to throw your materials in there and then click the recipe that you want, and it is going to make it. Now, you will want to set a chest next to it, otherwise it's just going to throw it on the ground. So we're just going to set this chest here. So now whenever it's finished with that, it's just going to output it into the adjacent inventory. So, also I wanted to say, lanterns are a very easy source of light. Just glowstone, 2 iron, and 2 glass panes will make you 4 of them. And that's going to lead into one of the other things we're going to do this episode. So, if you hadn't guessed from the contents of my inventory. Before we do that, however, I'm going to show you this. Oh, by the way, I did find out why it was snowing and then it would go to raining. This pack does have seasons in it, so your seasons are going to change over time, and you're going to move between like spring, summer, fall, and winter, I guess. But it's mainly just snow and rain is the main thing I've noticed. I did set up this. This is a Railcraft water tank. Basically, you just make water tank siding, which is rather easy to make. Planks, iron, and then slime ball. You can use beeswax, you can use cactus green, any kind of adhesive material like that. And you're going to make a 3x3 hollow with this. And what's going to happen is it's just going to just constantly generate water, even if it's raining. If it's not raining, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to constantly make water for you. So when it comes to setting up your water source, since you can't make just an infinite water source like normal, you can either go with railcraft or you can go with agricraft. Of course, the agricraft does require it to be raining, but the railcraft one does work all the time. So I'm probably going to use a combination of both of them in our base, but yeah, so there you go. So the next thing we're going to do is something I've been wanting to do for a little while. I still don't know why that's not heating up. I have no clue. I think it just wants to be difficult. So I'm going to kind of clear out a little area here. I do need to eat something on here. One thing I have been doing a lot of is just compressing these soybeans, because they're actually quite good food. When you go ahead and you take that silken tofu and then you compress it again into farm tofu, and you get soy milk from it. And those two together aren't too bad. And of course you can just eat this as well and get 2 hunger out of it. Or 1.5 hunger. So that's also not a bad early game food source. So, and once I get those soybeans done, I need to work more on the agricraft aspect of stuff, but it's just I kind of have to be paying attention and kind of focused on that because of the chance for weeds. So, alright, so we're just going to put this in here so we don't end up, I don't know, burning stuff or having mobs spawning in our base or something. But we are going to go to the Nether today. So, I am pretty sure that when we go, it's going to bring us into kind of like the server's Nether, kind of like a little hub sort of thing. We are just going to RTP once we get in and just kind of make our own little spot for the Nether, and then we'll mark it. We'll save it with a home. It's possible I could have went to spawn point from the beginning and just went to the Nether. Usually they have a... Oh, okay. Just brought us back. That's kind of a bug I've found. One thing you can do if you're on the server is just do /nether. Yeah, /warp nether. And you can just jump into the Nether that way as well. So, I guess that's how we're going to do it. I don't know what this stuff is. I guess it's part of the weather stuff, maybe? Oh, okay. We didn't actually start at a Devco's home area, I don't think. Huh. Okay. So, ideally, we're mainly looking for glowstone. Man, this sandstorm thing is kind of bugging. But I kind of wanted to do it on camera just so you could see what the Nether's like in this pack, and also see kind of where we spawned in at. So, we're actually going to be using quite a bit of netherrack for our base, because I'm planning on doing big kind of like braziers for its along the bridge and stuff there, like on that Great Wall of China right now. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so there is some glowstone over here, but of course, it's right there. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in the Nether today. I mean, most people that have played Minecraft are familiar with the Nether and know that it can be a pain. But I kind of did want to just jump in here for a second so you could see it on this server. So I really hate this like blight storm that's going on. It reminds me of the ash storms on Morrowind, actually. I almost wonder if we didn't spawn in somewhere near the initial spawn point. So we're actually just going to RTP and make our nether spot, because I'm not seeing, I mean, there's like nothing here. Like not really any glowstone other than that one little patch. So, or maybe that's a common thing. I don't know. There's actually another fort right here, so we'll just kind of make this set home, and we'll call it. Let me see. What homes do I have? Yeah, it'll have to be. We'll just use it as our village one. There's some glowstone over there. Okay. But, for right now, actually, I tell you what. Yeah, we're gonna warp home. Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna warp home. I'll go through and try to gather up a bit of glowstone and nether quartz and stuff off camera. I just kind of wanted to let you see where we spawned in at, and if we find anything interesting in the process, I will catch that on camera as well. But one of the other things I wanted to show you this episode was right here, making hardened leather. That is the reason that we have these apiaries here. You can actually take these wax combs, and we'll leave the honeycombs in there for right now. It looks like these bees are exhausted too, so well, maybe not, because we should just be able to put it into our crafting table here. It's shapeless crafting, so maybe it's not done yet. Okay. So we'll hold off on that. But anyway, you can take these wax combs and you can, oh yeah, it's in a presser. That presser that we made a couple episodes ago, you can throw these in there, and it's going to press through them, and you'll get beeswax. Now, what you can use this beeswax for, this this leather that's right here, that we've already tanned and everything, you can actually put it with the beeswax and make hardened leather. And then what you're going to do with that is you can actually make yourself the hardened leather armor set. That's actually not a bad set at all, and it's pretty easy to get into early game, which you will need leather in this pack, I assure you. I mean, you will need armor in this pack. So, however, that really is the only use for So you don't really want to turn all your leather into that. I want to get into this because I was looking at maybe making a backpack. However, they're all specialist backpacks, so you've got like, you know, your miners, your diggers, foresters, all that, and you don't have one just for like a general use backpack. As far as an early game option, so have to look into that, but yeah, so we have that quest to actually get the hardened leather, and then we get a reward bag. So that mainly finishes out that. The deco bench, kind of just waiting on it because we need a lot of different dyes, one of those being lapis. I haven't currently found any lapis. I've been having issues with that, but this quest here actually gives 64 lapis. So hopefully we'll get on into that here before long. We still haven't started much in this quest line. We will, but I know like the first couple quests, we've already done those on camera, like seed analyzer and stuff. We've covered all that. It's just I haven't taken the time to actually make one. So, oh, you know what? I forgot about. I meant to. Actually, let me go back real quick. There is one thing that we are going to need from the Nether, because I'm going to add another bucket of lava behind the blast furnace, and that should make it actually heat up quite a bit more, and we should be able to get our of course I spawn way up here, but we should be able to get our HSLA steel from that then, once it's heated up just a little bit more. So, oh, we got magma cubes down here. Okay. Alright. And we'll just warp back real quick. And that HSLA steel, one of the main things, I was showing you that because it doesn't heat it up anymore. Why can we not get it any hotter? I don't understand. It's like it's stuck there. Well, I'll try to figure out between this episode and next why that is. But I do have some crafted here, and one of the main reasons I wanted you to be able to see this is because you can actually make, it'll take forever to find it in there, right here, the HSLA steel pick. If you notice, it has over double the durability of the standard iron, and it's also a rank higher than the iron. So it's definitely an easy way to get a little bit better gear for not a whole lot more cost. One piece of coal for 9 is not bad. So it's definitely worth getting into because it is really easy to craft. That one piece of redstone and then the 8 stone bricks. So but yeah, and it's also going to lead us into rotarycraft, and I'm hoping to get into that in just a few episodes. So I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. But yeah, I think we'll call the episode there. I know it's starting to run a little bit long, so if you enjoyed it, please comment, like, subscribe, share. It's very much appreciated. Next episode, we will be likely starting either rotarycraft or chromaticraft. We might make our thermometer for Thaumcraft. We might also get into Botania. It's really kind of up in the air. I've got some thinking to do between now and then. But it will be one of those, and then hopefully within at least a couple episodes we'll start moving into our new base, and we'll get out of this like hub-jub hovel thing that we've got going on. So Because I am starting to feel really crowded in here, and I hate the way this is set up. It's just kind of a necessary evil until we get moved in. So, but yeah, hopefully here before long, we will be getting, like I said, into rotarycraft, also pneumaticraft. If you're not familiar with either of those are two of my very favoriteest mods. Both of them have a lot of really nice things that you can make, and I think a lot of them, I mean, those two are a lot of times overlooked in packs, I believe. So, but yeah, we'll be getting into that stuff probably here before long, because both of them take a lot of iron, and I've got a lot of iron that I can actually go gather up. So that's one thing. I want to get into the sag mill, because I still have all this. I haven't really been processing it, because if we can get the sag mill built from Ender.io or any kind of grinder like that, we can actually make iron ore in this blast furnace here. So we can eventually make it better there with the alloy smelter, but that takes coal dust for every single ore, so I'd rather just go with this method. Well, I guess technically it's about the same, because you're going to have to use, let me see, burn time. Yeah, I mean, we could use charcoal for this, though, that's the thing. And get a little bit extra, burn time for each one. So we'll see. We'll give it some thought. But we can actually make iron ore, and then, of course, we can grind that and get 2 per for the metals. So, and we can actually use the grinder. This is from rotarycraft, and that's one of the things I'm hoping to get built here pretty soon. That's one reason we want to get into rotarycraft, is that triples our metals right there, because then we can just smelt that. So we'll probably try to maybe we'll try to get into rotarycraft next episode, and maybe a little bit of magic introduction stuff like the thermometer and whatnot. So but yeah, anyway, we'll call the episode there. Like I said, your support is much appreciated, and until next episode, take care, and I will see you then.